Hi, welcome to Garden Today. Today we're going to be looking at the raised beds, and also going to go up there and look at the beans. Behind you can see my horses eating in the orchard. And first thing we're going to be looking at around here is, I guess, the beans. And yes, she wants to eat just as close as she can. But anyway, this here's the beans, and I probably have to lock her out. But they got some nice little blooms on them. Got to keep her from eating over here. And they're going all the way up. I already got to the top of that it was probably 7 foot tall. But then on the other, and you got some good blooms down here for the different variety. And the only problem we're going to have is this Trimbonia. I know I'm screwing up the name. Squash is really starting to grow. There's one of the fruits right there before it's even put out the bloom. And it's getting really big. It's got huge leaves on it. So it's doing nice. That one there has gotten bigger, and it still hadn't bloomed out yet either. So just waiting on that. I have had to kind of, they don't, like this here's growing away from it. I've put those little tomato clips on it to kind of get it to grow up high. But you're seeing a fruit there and a fruit there and a fruit back there. Here's a bigger fruit down here. I think somewhere down here there's a fruit, if I can find it. Or maybe it didn't make it. So that one there's didn't get fertilized. But yeah, they're doing well. And I guess partly because we haven't got any male blooms yet either. Those are the female blooms. The male blooms is right there, because you don't have the right there, because it doesn't have the fruit behind it. So they're going to have both those growing. That's one male flower right there. Right there, the potatoes are looking good. The rest of the potatoes all died out for some reason. You got the 2 tomatoes here. Another one I'm going to have to set up to grow on it. But I mean, they just got some of the biggest old leaves on. I know it doesn't show up probably that well, especially that one right there. I mean, that's at least 1 foot across. And like I say, I grab it on, but then like this one here, he's going on. He's not waiting around. They're going down here. So I think Trimbonia squash is going to end up taking this whole trellis system. I think my beans are going to suffer from it, but if that happens, it happens. Because I stopped them right here, and all this here is just stuff that's grown out that away. So, but they are starting to look nice. Got a bunch of weeds growing out here around here. I don't have a weed eater, so that's why you see a lot. I have mowed back here a couple of times. Over here is the jalapeno peppers. They're looking nice. They put some jalapenos on down low. Got some fire ants over here, some type of ants running along here. Once you get some rain, after this next rain, I'm going to go back and poison the ants and knock them back. There is Primark Freedom primal cane. Because floricane is fruit. So, and we're just now starting to get some of the fruit that's starting to get bigger. Because we got our first blooms got bit back by the freeze. But the primal canes are doing really well. And trying to see if maybe these floricanes, if these will also put some blooms on the primal canes, the first year canes. The Primark Freedom will, but not very many, not going to count on. And these are getting way too tall. I mean, that's 6 foot tall. So swing y'all around here, and there's the eggplants. They've grown good, looking good. If you look real close, you see that's the flea beetle damage to them. Something else kind of eating on some too. They do suffer from that. These are habanetas. They'll do this. Nice big plant, no fruit. Keep them alive, and they'll give you lots of fruit later in the summer. But go and let them grow. Don't give up on them. You know, they'll do you good later on. And these over here are some of the different varieties. This is a Golden Marconi. Nice big pepper there. Jimmy Nordello's here. These are Gypsy. And Gypsies have got nice big. Gypsy will make like crazy. They are hybrid, but they will make. Seeds are expensive too. But like I say, that's some nice big peppers. If you like those peppers, I do really recommend those. They do really nice. Okay, and this is no Jimmy Nardello, so pepper season is coming up. Now I'm going to take you over and look at another part of the garden where the cantaloupes are growing. This is over where I got the squash planted. This row here and is the row of the moonbeam or the scallop squash. Ones that look like the flying saucers. Got a small one here. Probably be ready tomorrow. Well, can't see it. Right there. Probably be ready tomorrow. Need to get this stupid string out of here. Then the 8-ball over here makes the round ones. There's a small one there. Yeah, I think there's a bigger one down here somewhere. But they're all looking really healthy, looking really good. There's another one right there. These are just now starting to put on. So like I say, I think that the theory on these, get these in early. That's another one to be ready tomorrow. Get these things. I did clip some out yesterday. You know, get your squash in early. Try to beat the squash bug, vine borer, and you know, trying to wait till now to plant them, I think is a big mistake because you just give them too much time for things to get in here. Go ahead and get these up and growing and doing good. Here's the cantaloupes here with all the weeds I've not cleared out yet, which I will. I'm supposed to get some rain. Probably come out here tomorrow morning and get all this done. And some's looking nice and starting to run. Let's see how they do down here. I've not had good luck with cantaloupes, I'm gonna be honest with you. But got their own section this year. There's the silver skin peas. They're already up and growing. You know, I planted those not long ago. Pretty thick, which is nice. This west side didn't wait. I had the lima beans planted there, and the lima beans didn't do very good, so you remove them and you go on with something else. There's the other beans there, and these are the Canterbury beans, shell beans. They're doing okay, but we'll see how they do. I wasn't really impressed with them. And this is the corn. This is a different kind of corn I planted before. Yeah, it's kind of small and puny. I did not expect it to go ahead and it's supposed to be kind of a survival type corn. I'm used to corn being, you know, 8 to 10 foot tall. We haven't had a lot of rain this year, so that could be part of it. But I also irrigated some this year, so we're going to see how they do. See what the harvest is. That's what counts. Does have some weeds that came up. I controlled the weeds in the middle of it. Let's see how that goes. But like I say, that's not to me good. And this is other corn that I haven't got. Let's go see if we can look at it bigger and see how it's going to do. A couple of rows did okay, and I switched to an older seed. The seeds look better, but they're older. But even those, I think that the big trees are sapping out a lot of the nutrients. This is part of the problem here, and part of the water too, and all this, because you look right over there, things are doing a lot better than right over here. It does block some of the sun, but I don't think that's the primary reason. I think it's just anytime you get trees around, they suck up nutrients, suck up water, and then you get this. Because that's pitiful. Okay, that's just a failure. No two ways about that. But then all of a sudden it jumps up and starts doing good. And the same thing over here. So you try it. I made good corn here before, but we got more rain, I think, that time. I think that's what's hurt me more this year than anything else is the rainfall. I did get some fertilizer down. That should have been okay. And if you look at the leaves still look nice, big green leaves. I mean, this is nice leaf. It's what you want right there. But, you know, my fall garden, my fall corn would be better unless we get a hurricane. Pear trees are making. They're looking good. I was a little reluctant to put a whole lot of fertilizer on this stuff because they are, you know, if you over fertilize your pears, you will get fire blight on them. That is a leading cause. Is one of the reasons I think I got fire blight. I grew corn here before and I really fertilized it really good. It made this stuff grow too fast. We had a wet spring and really got hit hard with fire blight. So just keep that in mind. Pears like to be neglected. They don't like to be, if you make them grow vigorously, they're gonna get fire blight and they're gonna start dying on you. I don't care how disease resistant they are. Resistant just means resistance. It does not mean they're immune. And sometimes people don't always understand that in a lot of areas. But like I say, my corn, disappointment. Onions been disappointment. Tomatoes are doing great. The squash is doing great. So some things you win on, some things you lose on. I think I know what's wrong this year with this stuff. I think it's some of the variety, but I also think we just didn't get enough rainfall, didn't get enough water on them like I needed to, and they were also planted a little too close, but they still should have been taller and bigger than this. But you know, and the reason I didn't water as much is this is supposed to be a drought resistant variety. So, but like I say, resistant doesn't mean it's immune. But like I said, there's moisture down there, and it should be able to reach down there and grab it. But we are a lot drier than normal. But I mean, the squash did good. You know, they look nice. But I also don't have a big tree right beside either, because these peaches aren't going to pull as much moisture out as those pears are. But anyway, I have to keep my horse out of the stuff. Because I don't know if you know this, but all the grass on the other side of the fence is always better than the grass on your side of the fence. And she'll start sticking. Now the reason I got these pointed like this, not for the horse, it's for the chickens, keeping them out. But she's slicked off good. She's looking pretty. Got her feet trimmed yesterday. She's looking for something to eat. Horses look for something to eat and looking to rest. But anyway, and I guess I will comment a little bit on the peaches. I kind of gave up on them. We lost so many to the late freeze that we had. I started looking at it. That's why I got the horse in there now. It's like, who cares? You know, there's not enough up there to mess with, not enough up there to spray. So, but anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.